semi-final, Hong Kong against America, a repeat of the first round match last year in which Hong Kong defeated the Americans. A surprise upset that was, and the Americans were out of the cup. The Hong Kong side went through. Barry Williams had been injured last year. He didn't play in that match, so he's got something to prove, and he's right in the middle of that pile-up of bodies as Craig Payne steals it beautifully. He's got the support. Here's Ian Strange, the Hong Kong captain. Gary Cross, Dave Bulbeck flicks it inside. Here's Ian Strange again. Gary Cross comes back, and Barry Williams goes in like a steam train. Head down, and Strange is hurt. That's Jimmy Wilkinson calls for it. Flicked inside, Gary Hine. Big Dave Pocket, and he's got everywhere on the field to fall, and he comes straight back down on the injured Ian Strange, who looks in all sorts of trouble now. Well, this ball is not going to come out, and a penalty given to the Hong Kong side. But watch this tackle from Barry Williams. I think he's still angry after that match, and he goes in, catches Ian Strange with his head, and that's opened up a nasty wound on Ian Strange's eye. And this is Calder, a good break from Calder. He's got Gary Cross in support out on the right, but he's been edged out and finally taken into touch with a good tackle there from Gary Hine. Well, plenty of American support, in spite of the fact that the vast majority are for Hong Kong. And here's the fast man of the American side, Kevin Higgins, bursting through. Ian Strange is in support, but I'm not sure that he really knows where he is. There's Ian Strange, but he won't catch the number 6, Kevin Higgins. And America opened the score in the 4th minute of this plate semi-final. The Eagles kick downfield, trying to clear the lines, and it's a desperate chase back in defence by the Hong Kong side. Gary Cross in there first. Bit of a bouncing pass, but it finds Ian Shaw. Craig Payne in support, and just look at those Hong Kong jerseys up there with him. Calder again, beautifully taken by Stuart Crone. He's an American. He's got something to prove here. Inside to Dave Bulbeck. Beautiful support play from Hong Kong, and that's the equalising try. Well, it was a little flick up from Ian Calder. That wasn't a knock-on. Trapped on the floor by Stuart Crone. Barry Williams, he's quick, but Stuart Crone is strong, and David Bulbeck is in support. Well, the try not converted. 6-4. The Eagles lead Hong Kong, and as we go into the second half, Ian Strange is in trouble here. Slight concussion, you couldn't quite see it, but he's got a gash over his left eye. And on comes Gary Acheson, a good footballer who will be able to take Ian Strange's position in the middle of the field. Craig Payne to Acheson. It's Ian Shaw, one of the fast men on the side. Nice flick from Gary Acheson. Bulbeck out wide to Stuart Crone. A hint of a forward pass there, but the referee was right in line with that and awards the try. 3 minutes gone, and this is for the extra 2 points. Gary Acheson, who's come on as substitute, slots it between the posts, and a great roar from the crowd, because that will certainly lift Hong Kong. Ian Calder having all sorts of trouble with his place kicking, but in Gary Acheson they've got somebody who seems to be in form. Gary Cross and Calder being held on the ground. Things are getting a little bit excitable now. Gary Cross again, he's supporting so well. Here's Shaw. Back to Craig Payne on the burst. Acheson at his shoulder, but he won't need him. Craig Payne can go close to the post, so that's be an easy conversion for Gary Acheson. That makes it 14 points to 6 with a fairly easy conversion to come. There's the good ball handling skills of Gary Cross. Shaw comes back inside where the support is. Craig Payne there just checks over his right shoulder, and do you think Coach Jim Rourke is pleased? Poor old Ian Strange has to sit and watch it all. And Stuart Crone dumps Wilkinson on the deck. This really is getting heated now, but the Americans realise they're on the way out. The final whistle, and Hong Kong have proved that last year's victory over the Americans was no fluke. They go into the final of the plate victors 16-6.